What's up, Ravens fans? I am joined by Brandon Carr today, who's going to be taking your questions, so start commenting them below. All right, yesterday we announced that you are the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the Ravens. What does this honor mean to you?
Oh man, it's a big honor. When I started off the foundation, I didn't have any accolades in my mind as far as off the field honors and awards like this. I just had a passion for doing my deed for the community. I'm doing what I had a passion for, which is the kids. Being around them, started with football camps, then we moved to literacy, and now we're receiving awards and honors amongst my peers, which is bigger than all because, these are guys that I sacrifice so much throughout the season and the off season as well. And for those guys to take some time out of their day to just kind of see what we're doing and recognize the efforts that we're doing off the field is kind of big.
Absolutely. So you're kind of among esteemed company now and guys that have been nominated for this award and won. What does it mean to have your name be listed among those sorts of men?
It's a very humbling experience because, like I say, these are a lot of guys that were great on the field but did tremendous things off the field as well. So just to be in that good company, just says a lot, not about for myself, but just for the people that are involved with the organization and my foundation. I don't like to take credit for it. I just have my name on it, and it's a passion and that I had at a very young age, but the people behind the scenes are the ones that actually deserve the recognition and the kudos for just making everything go.
So your CarrCare Foundation, can you tell fans exactly what the CarrCare Foundation does?
The CarrCare Foundation, we provide literacy programs and resources for underprivileged and just our youth. We also have mentoring programs, peer-to-peer reading partner programs. We are in Flint, Dallas, and in Baltimore, cities that support me, cities that have allowed me just to be myself throughout this journey, have my back, and allowed me just to do my passion in the communities. And also, we have our football camps each and every year. This year, I've took it to another level and found the strength to help out with the breast cancer awareness and passing out, kits that help with just comforting the women going through treatments. And also, when we had the water crisis back in Flint, Michigan, my hometown, I felt like I was obligated to help as well. So we donated $100,000 to just the efforts for the youth moving forward with any type of medical expenses or whatever they may need program-wise to make sure they can reach their potential moving forward.
That's incredible. That is quite a long list of things that you guys are involved in. That's awesome. So you guys can check out that on his website for CarrCare Foundation and on his social media channels. We are going to start taking some fan questions now. Justin asked, what is the secret to staying healthy on the field since you are the Iron Man of football?
Oh, man. That's
yeah,
the wood.
knock on wood.
The secret. I don't really have a secret. People ask me this all the time. I just laugh because, I do regular things. I can go home and kick my feet up, play video games, go to the park, do whatever, and play basketball. I don't know. I just feel like I'm extremely blessed. There's a higher power looking out for me, and there have been times that I've had injuries. We all get injured. We all have times we feel like we can go out there and play, but I just found it in myself or somebody around me give me the energy to go out there and try to be my best. But I really think that just, if I could pick one thing, whatever, the off season is where you make your most gains. I take the off season very serious. My kids could tell you that, my wife as well. I ride around with my truck, my Silverado, and at this point, 11 years later, I have everything that I need to train with. So I train myself. I go to trainers sometimes to get just some extra push and be around guys that are training, kind of see where I'm at with my training. But I train myself, I train my nephews, my cousins, my kids. I train everybody. So that's just my secret. I'm just listening to my body. Whatever my body's telling me to do that day, I'm gonna do it. If I want to train twice, I train twice. If I don't want to train, I'm not gonna train. It's just now at this point in the game, it's just trying to be efficient.
What's in the Silverado? You said you had everything that you need in the Silverado. What is that?
I have everything from a weighted mannequin that I bought for my kids' jiu-jitsu. I use it for drills. I got ropes, ladders, footballs, boxing gloves, jump ropes.
So a gym on wheels, basically.
Hurdles. I have everything.
You don't need a gym membership.
I don't need. Just give me some green grass, and we can go out there and get some work in.
That's awesome. I like this question that we have coming in from Angie. She asked, what is the best advice you've ever received? It's a cool question.
The best advice I've ever received? Let's see. With my wife from some successful business people in this world, they always told me to continue to date. Don't lose that fire, that spark, which was big because you get through the seasons, you get through life of my wife with the kids. I'm foundations, football, coaching, whatever. You just kind of lose that fire with each other at times, but they always make sure you keep that. And Herm Edwards was a guy that had a lot of nuggets coming up, and he just always say you just need one. Just need one car. You're going to get a chain, one watch. Just need one of whatever you're going to get. You don't need to get 2, 3, 4, and all those good things. So that was a coach that showed me that it was okay to be frugal and okay to just, take care of my money and use it in the right way.
Everything in moderation.
That's true.
Just one.
That's
I like
true.
that. I like that. Malcolm asked, who is your favorite player currently in the league? I guess to watch, maybe to play against.
My favorite player to watch, I'm still a big fan of Ezekiel Elliott. He was the guy that came in and took the NFL, took the stage, and he's been doing this thing ever since. And he's a guy, because I just know his personality off the field. He's full of color, full of life, and just to see him go out there and to do his thing night in and night out, man, that's truly amazing.
Greg asked, kind of following up on that, how do you read the wide receivers that you're covering?
It starts on Monday. It starts with breaking down film. We spend a lot of time, even on the plane back from games. Me and Jimmy just watched the Chiefs coming back from Atlanta. It never stops. So just start with just breaking them down that way. Alignment, formation recognition, a lot of things that go into it, and then we actually get into the route. You get into the release, and if he gives me this release, I know I have these routes in my tree that I've been studying. If he gives me this release, then he got these concepts he can run, situations of the game. But like I say, we've been doing this for a very long time. Sometimes you can go out there and have your eyes closed and just kind of feel what's going to happen. From the year 1, 5, and 10, the same route, I play it differently because I can feel it differently. So it's just, a lot of it just comes from experience and just seeing a lot of different routes and being in the fire for a very long time. Then, it becomes second nature after a while.
So it's definitely easier for you now than in year one then.
It's easier for me now to recognize a route, but now it's 10, 11 years later, like the extra part, like going to get that route and all that stuff, I can still get there. But I know back when I was fresh in the league, I can go. Now I can get there get there. But back then it was like. But I'm working on that still.
So pros and cons of both.
Yeah, it's cool. That's why, I would much rather at this point in the game have the knowledge, the mental part of it, so I can go out there and kind of beat you to the punch.
Makes sense. John asked, do you like road games more or home games?
We talk about this all the time, but I like road games. Simple because it just gives me structure. From the time we leave here to getting our clothes on, getting to the plane, get off the plane, you got a couple hours before meetings, you got night meetings, and you go get dinner, you go get work stretched out or whatever. Now it's time to go to bed, get up, breakfast, chapel, and you roll, and you come back home, and you do it all over again. When I have home games, I got family in town sometimes. I got to drive, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on a bus getting bussed around everywhere, so I got to drive here, drive there. So I like the road games. Getting away just kind of allows us to lock in more.
That makes sense. Yeah. I get that. What about for the environment in the stadium? Home versus away?
I like the home crowd, of course. But at this point in the game,
some guys say when you hear the crowd kind of turn for you in a away game.
Well, I like the crowd on the away games, the national anthem, because we have our saying. So that's when I hear that, I can I know how many people we have in the building. Like, that's for us. And it's like Atlanta game. We had more fans than they did, and that's like, okay, now we about to come out here and really beat you up. So it's very powerful, man, just to have the fans yelling and screaming and supporting you and just giving you that extra little energy to go out there and make plays.
That's really cool. All right, Day Artist said he's a young quarterback. He wants to know if you have any pointers on attacking bigger wide receivers off the ball.
Bigger wide receivers. Man, I like checking bigger wide receivers. With those guys, man, I feel like if you're smaller, maybe you're a quicker defender. So I wouldn't allow those guys to use their size and their long reach to kind of pull through you and push you off. I'll just try to beat them to the punch with your speed and quickness. And also, once the ball goes up, opposed to always trying to go for interception. You got a bigger guy. Let's be smart. Let's play the hands. Let's go and play through his hands and get an incompletion. And then somewhere down the road, you may get a punt, easy interception. But for now, it's just play the hands and get the ball off of them.
All right, let's see. Eric asks, how do you feel about Sunday's game?
Sunday's game, I'm excited. You know, it's my reunion. This is where it all started for me. I had an amazing 4 years there with a lot of great guys and coaches and personnel throughout the building. So I'm excited just to get back and to see a few faces that I know, because there's a lot of guys that retired or out the league or just in different teams right now. So I'm excited for that part. So I kind of got my plan. I'm going to get there, say my hellos when I get on the field. Might have to walk back off and then come back on the field locked in with my pregame, because I can't let anybody disturb my pregame. So say my hellos and all that thing, but it's business as usual. We're trying to win a football game. We're trying to knock off one of the giants of the NFL right now. So I'm excited to go back, but I'm really eager to go out there and play with my guys.
Is your pregame routine any different depending on the game, or is it always the same for you?
No, my pregame routine, like I used to have superstitions from college where I always had to have like some apple juice for my pregame meal, right? Some weird stuff. And then I got to NFL and I spent like a few seasons not brushing my teeth before the game, just so I can like keep that grittiness, right? But then after a while, just like, that's disgusting, bro. Like I'm out there like tart mouth and stuff. Like, nah, we can't do that. Especially you have a bad game with bad breakfast.
No wide
like,
receiver wants to get close.
yeah, I don't even want to, like, ugh. So now I'm to a point, man, I get up. However I feel, that's what I'm going to do. If I don't feel like stretching before the game, I'm not going to stretch. If I don't feel like going out there and running. I had a time where I did barefoot. I used to go out there barefoot for like a year or two.
Oh, my God.
And
Even
work
in
out.
the snow?
Yep, even in the snow. But it was just, my body was just, it wants to connect with the earth at that time. And I was just going through other things in life that just had to do my thing. So it was just, I'm just a guy, like I just listen, whatever the earth is telling me to do, the vibrations, I have to go with it.
This is the general trend. I feel like you always listen to your body, no matter what.
That's
Training,
11
pregame
years,
routine,
that's what I've learned, to
that's the
listen
trick.
to my body. Because I forced my body to do a lot of things and went out and worked exceptionally hard. And there's times where I can just go out there and be efficient and be smart, and my body responds way better.
Makes sense. All right, we'll take one more fan question. Jim asks, this is kind of fun. What NFL team has the best jerseys in your opinion?
Man, the NFL team that has the best jerseys? Are you serious? Wow. What? I like these jerseys.
All right, good.
Are you serious?
I was hoping
I'm
that was
just
what you're
like,
going to go with.
even
There's
with
only one correct answer.
We can wear the all purple, which is
the color rush.
that's bad.
I like those.
Yep. But the all black, and then with this year, I like the purple tops and white pants. And it was this week we wearing what, white tops, purple pants or something like that. That's cool.
I don't think there's a bad combo.
I don't think it's
I like
bad.
the colors. Like I think they all work.
Yeah, I think I wore Kansas City. We had red and white. That was cool. That was my first time wearing red. I went to schools, high schools, and teams that wear blue and stuff. So I finally started wearing red. No affiliations. And then I get to Dallas, and we pretty much wear the white tops all the time. And we have the same, like, I don't even know what color it is, like off gray.
Silverish?
It's like
Yeah.
got messed up in the wash a long time ago, and they just kept the color, which is whatever. And we wore those that don't match none of our colors, you know. So I was excited to get here, man, just to be able to
Purple.
wear the black. And then when we played the Ravens back in Dallas, like the coaches all had black on the sideline, it's looking like, damn, they look pretty good. Even though we beat y'all back in the day, it has changed now. But I was just like, man, that team. Keep it in my mental notes. And then we fast forward to free agency, and I was able to get here. So
I love it. We'll take it. All right. Anything you want to share with the fans before we sign off?
I hope you all are having a great Friday. The weather outside is delightful. And we're headed to Kansas City trying to do some work, man. So we expect you all to be glued into the TVs, yelling, screaming, helping us get to a victory. We'll see you next week, hopefully 8-5.
And remember to do your hashtag WPMOY challenge for Brandon Carr to help raise money for the CarrCare Foundation during the charity challenge for Walter Payton Man of the Year. Thanks, guys. We'll see you back again next week.